The assistive technology that I chose was the Kurzweil 3000. It's a computer program that helps students with disabilities to improve their reading, writing, studying, and test-taking skills. It also allows teachers to upload assignments and tests and to work with students with varying disabilities all at once. It's also compatible with multiple computer systems such as PC and Macintoshes. And it allows the teacher to either use it in a computer lab with a bunch of computers while the students are working independently on the computers, or to use it on just one computer in the classroom. The reading part of this program allows students to highlight their text, and it will read it for them. It'll also allow them to look up words, and it'll give them the definition, synonyms for that word, the syllables. It'll break the word down for them into syllables, pronounce it for them, and then pronounce the word itself. This helps students who have speech problems. They can actually slow down with the program and do this over and over again. It can be an exercise for them actually with different words that the teachers can give them on a document, and they can practice with them during class. Also, it will spell the words for them. So students who have low vision, if they can't see the words, some of the words, or can't make out the letters, then the program will spell it for them, so then they'll know what word it is. And also, you can adjust how fast the text is read. So if students have really slow reading level skills and comprehension, then they can slow it down and it'll read it for them really slowly, and it helps them out a lot. It also has a synthetic voice that the students need to get used to. So if it slows down, if you slow that down, then the students can understand it better. And then when they get used to hearing the voice, because it is kind of strange, then you can speed it back up to normal level. As far as study skills go, the students can take a variety of notes. They can take them in the margins, they can write actually on the document, they can highlight. The teachers can actually put little notes onto the assignments before they send it to the students, like instructions on an article that they want them to read. Pay attention to this section, or notice these ideas, and or write me an essay afterwards, or something like that. Also, all the highlights and notes that the students take on their documents can be extracted into another document into an outline format. So when they go back to study, they can just study the outline and they can get all the main ideas and stuff like that. And you can also leave it on the text itself too. For test taking, the teachers upload the test. The students have the option of having the program read their answers aloud. So if they're worried they spelled it wrong, then if it doesn't read it quite correctly, then they know they spelled it wrong. If they're not sure exactly what the question says, or they're having trouble reading it, then it'll read the question for them. Anything that they highlighted, it'll read. And the teacher can also restrict the tools based on the student's IEP, or just the level of difficulty of the test itself. They can block things like the dictionary, the spell checker, or other things too. This program also helps with the students' writing, because if they open up a document and they just start writing a report or an essay, it'll read the words aloud as they type. It also has this function called word prediction, whereas if they are stuck on a word or they're not sure if it's the right word, it'll give them a list of similar words, and then each of those words has a definition and a synonym, and a list of synonyms to go along with it. So that can be very helpful. It helps students to become a lot more independent in their editing. So it frees up the teacher's time to work on other things, because the students they start excelling at correcting their own mistakes independently. And because they notice them a lot quicker. If it reads it as you go, then if you misspell a word, or it highlights all the words you misspelled, then they correct it on their own. They can look up words that they're not sure of. It's really helpful. So overall, I think that this is a very useful program. Like I said before, it allows the teacher to work with multiple students with disability in a general education classroom. And it's just helpful too to all students, really, especially at the younger ages of maybe elementary school and middle school level, and they're still building those mechanics. So like definitions, syllables, synonyms, all of that can be very, very helpful to any student really, but especially to students with disabilities who struggle with those type of skills. So I actually thought this was a very neat little program.